Should be able to hear the game at a certain point. Yeah, there we go. So we have Chrissy here. Can I stop clicking, please? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go here. Glad to see you. All right.
Likewise, good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. Quite a disaster out there, and I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay long. Need to check on the cottage and the birds and Fable.
I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all.
Which is why I choose to make it my home. That and the landscape.
I hope your trip was nice at least. Yeah, she lives around the same area as Fable, which I think is no, that's a dragon temple. Wait, hold on, where am I? I am here. Ashen Grove, yeah, I think this is the Ashen Grove, so they live up here. Speaking of, I know they did an update with this game apparently. But apparently, either I don't have it or it's not needed. Is it a setting? Because when I check of this game, there is a regular update. And the only thing it says is like these notes and then bye color coding. Hello there, hint on demand button. The rumor minigame is now more challenging and we made even more improvements. Mid-August, fast forward button, skipping dialogue, balanced drink mixing, less swift strikes, more variety. Fair enough, actually. I've done a lot of swift strikes, to be honest. End of the year journal entries for cosmology and Patreon make trinkets more visible. Quality of life updates. So they're definitely still updating this game a lot. Which is nice, actually. I don't complain. Like, this is probably not a game I'm gonna play like over and over and over again, in that sense of always playing it. But I will probably play it another time as well, because I have done that before with games like these. Because they are really, really fun. This one. I actually said this was yeah, and he actually pinned it on his goddamn Discord channel.
Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We worked a lot, actually. Almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of Borean Ridge, where the auroras touched the peak.
I heard the view is remarkable.
It was. I've never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. I also caught a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. Without the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend after all, even scary creatures.
I guess lonely as a monster sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. I think I read that wrong.
People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they are born as. We would accept them as they are.
I have a few patrons who really appreciate hearing that.
I'm very happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I've got you something.
Oh, trinket.
Remember the nymphs from when we last spoke?
Yeah, I do.
I met one at the art convention. He was selling little homemade trinkets. I remember of a conversation and got you this.
Ooh. Very difficult to see it, but nice.
I thought you might appreciate it.
I do. Thank you. It certainly always have a little special place in my heart, knowing it came from you.
Ah, you're such a sweet talker, but you can't trick me into giving you my name.
What would I want with names?
Nothing good, that's for sure. But for real, sis, I have to leave now. I have been gone for too long.
See you around.
I'll see you around, Innkeep.
See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself.
Always.
God, it's warm in here. Holy shit, it's warm. Not even a joke. What are you? The funny part is, like, even though it's just seaweed and skeleton hand, for some reason the leaves up top kind of make it look like, you know, one of these like old fancy English lady hats. Welcome. We know you, Baya. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yes, a while. A while. 6,000.
What? How old am I? Okay, you remember the whole talk about me being a dragon or something more ancient? Excuse me. I am 6,000 years old. No, more like 2 months. Okay, I think I overreacted a bit. I have told people before, I have been playing coffee talk, and there is like, you could learn to know about the person after a while in that game, but still it's kind of like, huh?
Oh, I thought I had hibernated long.
You hibernated? This time of year?
It was for the Bloomtide Festival. It happens near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards join together in search of the moon pool for 2 whole weeks. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the land, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos.
You mean the set of mystical lakes that's said to reflect all of the 7 moons at once? We have 7 moons here. Damn! Talk about gravity changes.
Yes, ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty.
Such festivities sounds exciting.
No, they are loud, with their songs and their arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious wines. Why would you bring a fire to a swamp?
It's a little rude.
Exactly. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dandy flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy, adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did?
What? Damn, that's a scary ass face.
They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting "Demon be gone" at the top of their lungs. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes.
Maybe you should chase them away from your home. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creature of the bogs. Only with their stories about their bone-crushing teeth.
What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth?
They think you might crush their bones with them.
Ah, but that would be rude.
They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia. Maybe even all of Asteria. So this is Pessoa. So what is Gaia and Asteria? Is Gaia the earth that we live on, the thing we live on? And is Asteria this dimension, if we say that? Existence. Those sounds perfect for festival.
You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. I could even open up a seasonal flower store crown store.
I'd definitely buy one.
But right now I'm away. I'm thirsty. Do you have a swamp water on the menu today?
I'm all out, sorry.
Too bad. Something else then. Oh, I know. Do you still have those drinks that make you feel like an itsy bitsy spider? Want to feel fast and dangly?
In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. I think I know what you need. Yeah, speed. I'm gonna check if you can actually you do a new speed, because yeah, this is the Swift Strike, and most people just want Swift Strike. So I'm just gonna check if there's like anything new we can get. No. But I'm glad at least to do like a progress of we want to update this game a bit more and just make sure there isn't too much of this one, because I can agree a bit. It's very often it's like I want something fast, Swift Strike. I want something a bit more agile, Swift Strike. It's just basically just this drink. That's why I'm trying to see if I can like find something else, just to make sure. Asparagus and get it in a cup, just for you.
Oh, delicious. I feel I could go scale any spider web and devour any fly. Thank you, innkeeper.
Is the flower? Was the flower always there, or did it pop out because they're happy? What woke you up from your slumber, anyhow?
The night sky fell on my dirt hut.
Ooh, are you fine? Are you okay?
It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits, and I am replanting it into my small sniffing willow. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that try to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrients.
Sounds tasty.
After the trees and winds and pill bugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me awfully tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was this feeling spreading in my chest.
Heartburn?
Loneliness. I thought I could get out of there and advertise my new spa.
You have a spa?
Because only crickets were visiting and they aren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visit me instead of me visiting them, they wouldn't chase me off. So I went where I knew people could use my advice. The werewolf camp in the Ashen Grove. I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course, so I just hung the coupons up on a piece of thin red string in the nearby canopies, together with some jolly little bells so that the wind would announce their presence, like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud masks. I hope they all come to visit me sometimes.
I didn't know you opened a spa.
It's new. I want to share my flowers and mud and pools with everyone, so we can all look beautiful together.
That sounds wonderful, Baya.
I agree.
Okay, who is Baya? I'm kind of curious. Let's check. Where are you, Baya? There we go, Baya, boggy creature. Fair enough. She, they, they're at age 555. It would be nice if it was 666, but we're just waiting for the next demon to come in. A druid, fair enough. Moon swamp, chaotic neutral, the lovers.
Can I leave some of my coupons here?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Please send them out to all of your customers.
I'll happily share this fantastic offer with them. You could also just come here more often and hand out yourself.
But there's no one else here except the jackdaw. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest.
No one's here because it's almost closing time, Baya. You have to come by earlier during the days, or earlier in the evening, or during events.
But there will be people here.
Yes. I believe that's the point.
Too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons.
Will do. I love the people we meet here because they're interesting. There are such interesting people in this game, and I love it. Twin flames. Nice. God, it's loud in my ear. With that, my brain is still cooking.
Hey, innkeeper.
Hello? It's been a while since you were around.
A whole week, exactly. And you already miss me.
A little.
Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Dyria.
Darian? Oh. Yeah, that's pretty far, actually.
Seems like something relatively easy but well paid.
Or something too good to be true.
Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted to be done quickly so she could offer a higher than average reward rate.
Sounds like easy money.
Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first.
Yeah, speed and agility.
I feel like this job drained me of all my energy.
Only if I get to hear the rest of the story.
This sounds like a good deal to me.
Well, we already know what we need here. There you go. Swift strike, because that's the ordeal one for these kind of things. Let's hope this suits your taste.
Your drinks will never disappoint.
Glad to hear. I have not been this far to the right, I believe, because I can now see... Is that a bite mark on the pillar? Who has been biting on the pillar? Alright, fair enough.
I can definitely feel my sense coming back to me.
I made your drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job.
Fine. A deal is a deal. I told you my client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep.
I don't know why, but for some reason this music is way too loud for me right now. Because apparently it's kinda loud for you as well. Like, not too loud, but like kinda loud.
Yep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and somehow managed to break out their enclosure. I didn't think they were that clever, honestly.
Must be the true brains.
Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment. And of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding the area at the moment. Seems to be dangerous nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle has been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences.
Interesting. Let me just check this a bit quick, thank you. It seems to be a new one. This one is supposed to be down here, though. Yeah, we can at least make this quest. Interesting. Why haven't we made a quest of this yet?
Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you. Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter rather knowing for well hunting instead of handling. That's exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheeps are? Let me guess. They're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheeps. You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle, and one head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you didn't finish the job. You're absolutely correct. It was my wit's end. I imagine having fought hundreds of thousands of beasts. Some sheeps are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredible humbling experience. It was. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered me her assistance and acknowledged. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh, yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there is apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what magical tool might be? I have no... Oh! Clovers! Morning dew clovers, to be precise, they go absolutely feral for them. If you will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. Do you two know each other? Barely. Ha! Keep your secrets then, oh so mysterious, innkeeper. I wanted her to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly. Best friends? Oh, I think you got the wrong idea, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like him. I have taste. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, kid. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I knew you always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquid. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. I think I got the hang of it. Then what you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. A friendly one restored my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly. I don't like feeling so awake. Gotcha. Let's see what that old magic has to offer, huh? Don't worry, he might not look like it, but his drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Okay, strong, huh? They need strong. Yeah, we're gonna do this one, the Sailor's Courage. I think that's actually kind of fitting. Which means we need something with strength, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, this one works. Because we do this one. Then we do 1, 2. And have that full. Then we need this one. Now we already have this one now. So that seems to be done, but now we need 2 speed because we do -1. There we go, Sailor's Courage. The one that don't think with strength, Jesus. Oh wow, impressed. Don't get cocky now.
Don't have to be shy, you can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jade told me you'd retire now. Had enough of adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a two-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. This was one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. I don't have any use for stones like that. As a retire, I couldn't care less about material riches. So, I figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. I cannot even pronounce that. Oh! Kitrin. Nice. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Does this actually give? Because apparently I'm going to use them in an infusion. Oh yeah, here. Gives everything. Whoa, blessed. Blessed with the divine magic of dragons, adventurers will have much better chance of fighting the undead or any other unholy creatures, or any creatures really. Okay, fair enough, it's for fighting. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to my crusher thing for the rest of my life. Wait, that hook, wasn't that hanging on the left before because I was wondering whose hook that was? At the same time, yeah, that hook actually looks like one of the needles for that. Don't get this hook put in for nothing. Actually, I do actually do sometimes with that. I'm trying to make a gnome. I've just taken a bit of a break because I need to make 10. I don't know what to call them. Points. I've already made 5. No, 3. How many? No, I think I made 5. I need to make 10 more. Because I also occasionally got rips of youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your luck streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Oh, absolutely. Also, I'm gonna read about Yuna because it's always nice to learn to know the new people in this game because it's really fun. An arcane engineer, fair enough. Finfolk, fair enough as well. She, her, Astral Sea. Yeah, well, Sea. Natural Good and the Empress, apparently. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do we have anything that is like the double? Don't know. I don't remember how many Arcanas there actually is. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. Ah, that's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. But don't come to me crying after I annihilated you. Huh. You wish. Jade, be on your guard. You're worried about me. Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master of cheating. I doubt that changed. So you're saying you lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep, if your opponent is obviously cheating like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now, watch how a real master does it. Oh. Oh, okay, we were just zooming out. So, also, no, it was actually some other sort of hook back there. Good day. I have returned in keep. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome. This brave adventurer's name is Clay Moore. Fair enough. He offered an unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on the behalf of the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. I don't need to do the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it just sounds formal. Like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you don't want to be one of those, Clay. Clay it is then. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think that I would welcome it as well. I love how we just started calling her Tia. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my, we got a lot of stuff on the menu. I was wondering the sound was. How about, one of those, drinks with, ingredients? You look strong. How about something for extra muscle? Oh, that sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Extra muscle. Let's do the same as before, because I feel like this is literally like him in a sense. Okay, I don't think anything else. Yeah, we don't need that. So it's definitely the defense one for some reason. And then we go with 1, 2. We need to have 2 speed. And then we need one of these. There you go, Sailor's Courage. Wonderful. I think that would fit well. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. Oh, this stays strong and magically. But my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I have to remember this for the next time. What is it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Oh, thank you. Oh, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on your guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There is no such time. Alright then, I should hear your divine mission of not failing and falling asleep. I'm just gonna actually, speaking of socks off, I'm actually gonna sock my off. That sounded really wrong. I'm taking my socks off. I don't know what the hell happened with that wording. Oh, you need defense. That's not really much of vigilance, is it? Let's give her a first snow. I think that's well, right? Okay, so what we need is nothing for attack, so not that one. Definitely not this one. Not this one either. Not this one. Oh, this one perhaps? No, wait, hold on. No. 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 Okay. What gives us defense? Yeah, but that gives us attack. No, if we do this one actually. And then we do this. 1, 2, 3. And then we give her this. There you go, first snow. Because apparently as long as I can do the number of what they want, it actually kind of works. Some liquid vigilance, diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it is delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition
is in order first. As you already know, Innkeep, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, especially at the local Gaia temple.
So I've been told.
Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, beside their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without lead. The wizard prophecy led me to Dalwell, or should I say the Abandoned Isle or Fairweather. The name changed depending on who you ask.
I didn't know it had that many names. I always just call it Kelpie Island.
Why?
Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach.
Kelpie Island or Fairweather, it's the same. Its name means very little to me. Its local settlements of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into a giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon.
Their portal is in the tree.
Yes, right in the center, they call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It's difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation. And it was pretty sure they were preparing for some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that were string up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes.
Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight.
For what?
If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes.
Do you participate in such practices?
Not at the moment.
I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about the strange occurrences around their settlement.
Did they understand your definition of strange?
After some explanation, they told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something and was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be the good sign because it promised adventure.
Well, they weren't wrong. He's right. It did lead us on an adventure. And I don't know if they hope I'd wipe out the entire night sky.
No one would hope for that.
Well, someone clearly did. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of change of pace, that's all I'm saying. The exact definition is subject to personal convictions.
It certainly was a sign of something being ovary, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepare a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon.
For the humpback whale, I suppose.
What else would I be summoning?
I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input.
Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple worlds of us mortals. The full might of the powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design.
Right. Sorry, slipped my mind.
You are forgiven. I was preparing the ritual ready myself to confront the troublemaker. I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request.
That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she?
I did, actually. Pairing dragon heads, tryons, and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twin.
It's kind of nice so I actually can just fall back into my chair and I don't go away from the microphone and just can sit there and just relax. Because I feel I need to do that with all of how warm it is in here. How warm is it now? Oh, it's 1 degree up in the room and at least 2 degrees down outside. But it's still warmer outside than inside.
Therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable.
Obviously.
I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be amongst his offerings.
I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach and that she would do with more color. You weren't wrong in a way. Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hand too. Also, I just realized I can't really make his voice if I sit like this. There we go, a bit further up.
Just a little. Fortunately, I possess pretty spectacular healing capabilities.
Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for the beach decoration on your very own ritual, Clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. You encounter these creatures a lot. But I try to. They're very nice.
Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessings rest upon him.
You're full of surprises. Ah, thank you. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Astreans creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral current pulled them back home before they're ready. And once he is swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. You're saying that the sea swallowed them?
Not quite, it just beckoned them home. Through a celestial hug of sorts.
Oh, so that means I could just visit them in the astral sea.
That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between the planes is quite hazardous.
It is, but echoes are from the primordial sea, and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow.
They say it was much simpler to traverse between the plane ones, but for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers, and accessing it requires meticulous planning. And not to mention, the sea tends to come with more risk than reward. Even if your Astrian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the current eventually. I imagine that would happen to you if you went in unprepared.
But the Fae and Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived there for long enough.
Since the 5 interplanar portals open up, interplanar travel. Travel has become a lot more accessible again, at least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is truly a miracle to witness in our lifetimes.
So the portals have only been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there?
Well, that is
Very good question. And one that would blow the scopes of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendship with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with the animals as if they were share a language. So he asked him for help. Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but... But you didn't have to. Right, that, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. I summoned it, and the ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated. Almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun. The only star of the sky whose light had not been extinguished, and nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful? It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing that was worrying me, though. The whale didn't look all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked wounded, like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was grey, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountain or the deepest depth. Its eyes were pale and almost blind with no warmth in them. I thought for a brief second we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked at over Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay. Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared you get angry. When you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show it I didn't know mean any harm. And I held out my last conch shell in my hand. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but then he picked up the seashell and gently ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. And to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body has been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it didn't trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Threw a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink. I was able to briefly transfer my magic into Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. I kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freezing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Thea's support was very helpful. I hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about a fight, some sort of evil creature of 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs, so humanoid then. We assume. It turns out the whale don't care much about our appearances. It cares more about all the things being thrown at it. Way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. You couldn't remember its black and white color, and it tasted horrible. But I thought I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The two-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled quickly as it could, trying to find a way home. Felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No, I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. You forgot the divinity. Thank you, I did. Luckily, its anger subsided when I found its way back. I thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable. Like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned, it seems a curse to cold and slowly spread through the entire body. Just needed to drink a bit. I tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder. Until even his brain was freezing over. He couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So, in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one, that. It looked deceptively small, contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless sea. It did. And it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect of the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened. But it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. It crashed into another, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling star ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wing. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. Its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. You should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite may be gone, but that star is a part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind of sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all the other star in the astral sea has been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in his stomach. You're right, some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. Perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. You shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky star companions, but I managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. We should never be sad about finding a friend. Speaking of friend, on the way back here we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. About the friendship bracelet for Tia and I with a little whale charm on it. But she didn't want to wear it just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? I'm just... There's a hazard for fight and could get caught in things. Sure. I'm looking forward to seeing how they look on your armor. They also found something for you at the souvenir shop. That's She said it reminded me of your tavern. And now I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I am curious. What is it? Is that thing in the window? Oh. Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rising sun on a hunchback whale. It's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So... yeah, I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might say I could not done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier to doing difficult things if I have to help other people. The funny part is, you're talking a lot about people needing to help each other and like why everyone is just waiting to be able to gain something out of it. And for some reason she doesn't like this guy, who is basically just the embodiment of what she's looking for. Basically a person that just wants to help people and like, you got what you asked for, mate. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Well, will do. Much more importantly, Clay, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale. You found out why the stars fell. And you made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure! And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you. Me and the innkeeper. Oh, we can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand paranoia is hard a habit to break. Clearly someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this were to happen again, it could end in a calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Don't worry about it much, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. Yeah. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened. And now that it's over, there go my chance of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did, at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance. Everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisured attitude only leads to failure. And then someone is always going to say the well in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy got another drink for me. I'm running dry. It's you know. You're still running low on energy. How about another strong one? You got it. Okay, let's do the same one as him. Also, speaking of him, I want to check who he is then. There we go. I love the little, like, happy-ass face he has here. Claymore. Oh, he's a giant. He's an earth echo. Oh, we have an earth echo and an air echo. He's a barbarian from the highlands. Is a natural good, and arcana is strength. Okay, I've never heard the strength before, so that is just something that doesn't exist, I guess. Right, drink. This one. So we need the froster. There. We needed 2 of these. Odd. Wait. Is it wrong? No, wait. Strength. Yeah, wait. Hold on. Yeah, wait. Strength is this one plus this one. Oh! Oh, wait a second. Yeah, I did right. Apparently, I just must done too much of this, right? Or did I pick the wrong thing by mistake? I think I must have picked the wrong thing by mistake. Either that or I just missed it. No, wait, I did miss it because there wasn't anything in there. My brain right now is still kind of overcooked. There we go. And we already have this, so we need this. There we go, Sailor's Courage. Perfectly for Yuna. Okay, I kind of understand he's a giant, but it's not too much bigger than anyone else in here. Beefier, yes. Not bigger, really. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the way. I find your apathy bordered on tragedy. And I find your hero complex unsuitable. Something. Wait, what did they say? Unsustainable. There we go. Apparently that's the word I'm looking for. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about the statues? My purpose is my purpose. And I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No, she was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But, you know, maybe we should listen to her advice at least a little bit. My granny always said, with age come the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. Okay, failed hero part, difficult to say, but yeah, his grandma is wise. I think retired is failure. One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve the world, you should. Not sure if that's Blake or inspiring. The later. She's right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented, which means that is too where have to been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so wild must be scared and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I have never come across anything like this in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Apertures has only been standing for a little over 2 decades now. This library can't be well vast. And many of the books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe they do have currently harbor knowledge, the knowledge I seek. But that other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? Oh, we could ask everyone that we come across until we found someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take too long. I think we could just look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club?
An ancient one. Evergloom was one of the great seven Maida archives. The Gaia one, to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane. Two at the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless archivists. But then they fell into unknown foe and have been lost in time ever since. I know an archivist, I think. Hold on. Where are you, bugger? You wonderful bugger. Yeah, the archivist, Skeleton Scully. And apparently it has been, I don't know how long, but extremely, extremely long. I believe one of them could be the answer we seek. Innkeep, do you have perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out of it, right? You could ask the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you could start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling away all her money. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that as a terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is a very short notice. As are disasters, typically. Hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared question tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, and prayers to consult. Luna was right, a good night's sleep would do you wonders. I could offer you some of the coupons for a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take one. Or two. Though they won't be put much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see burned out happening in real time. I love that kind of irony. It's always nice to see burnout when it's happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go make her with her and make her some soup. The soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looks like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Yeah, please, sure. I'll bring up some tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No. Thank you, Clay. Anytime. Then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a superb day. Okay, that was wonderful. I'll take some of those copas too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. Happy to hear that. Hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that you hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? Not really. I mean, neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's just not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. This just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence make you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of what it is. I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find your way back to yourself too. Oops. Thank you, Clay. Me too. I love Clay, to be honest. It's such a apparently for me. It's just such a doofus, but absolutely wonderful doofus. How long have you been playing cards? Yo, the archivist, the one I actually want to see. Top of the morning to ya.
Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes say? New faces, new acquaintances. I'm trying to figure out what I gave for voice. I think I made like something Irish sounding. But I kind of forgot how. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way! Sparkly skeleton! I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Oh, hello there! And how incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Skelly. Also, I think he has something sparkling in his right eye. Oh, so polite as well. Can you tell me? You can call me Una, Mr. Skelly. And that one over there is my friend Jade. Ah, a fellow Muhida. But with more skin left. Which is immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una, and her friend Jade. Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Yeah, shouldn't you be named after gemstone? As far as I'm aware, my last names refer to their bones, right? Ah, correct. But I can't remember what my poor bones were made out of. Death has quite a grasp on this bed of mine. Let's have a look. Looks like alabaster to me. Hard to say without a thorough analysis, though. Alabaster! That does sound familiar. Like an old name, perhaps? I'm not sure, but it was investigating. Thank you, Jade. Still, let us stick with Scully until we more details. We have more detailed information. Also, I did get rumors. I'm just gonna check this a bit. I think I got more rumors. Oh yeah, I did. Oh, god damn it! This is something. Maidan Archives once held the infinite. Oh, Maidan. Yo, Scully, you know anything of this? Yo, Jade, you know anything of this? But both of you, do you know anything of this? I need to fix this for tomorrow. Oh, I just realized something. And for some reason, I just reminded myself of the Pokemon D&D. I just realized I fucking left the bracelet with one of my teammates. There was a hyper goddamn NPC girl that apparently she had a bracelet, and I said I was a doctor, basically a doctor student. I make potions, and for some reason her brain went with like, "You make magic," and she gave me the goddamn bracelet and said, "Turn it into gold." I was just fucking baffled. And because I don't know what to do with the goddamn thing, and I know one of the teammates is actually a relative to that, I gave them this bracelet. The funny part is apparently the relative didn't want the bracelet because he doesn't want everything to do with them. It's absolutely wonderful. I think... Oh, speaking of, we're not gonna have a session, but we were asking for a mini session. And I don't think I'm gonna join in, mostly because we have split it up. And I think it was a talk about the team that is still on the island doing one. They talked about it yesterday, but people were kind of full up with stuff. I guess not. Apparently one was around 2 hours from now, from 2 PM, so it was about when I came home. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. Oh, what a coincidence! I happen to I am just mixing things. What a coincidence! I happen to want to say the exact same thing. Well, wouldn't it be really rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? Oh, that's true. I haven't seen another Maida since... Well, since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, smash already! It would be a shame if you two were to become... Shame if the two of you were to become friends. Would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyway, see ya. Oh god. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Oh, good mid-morning. It's past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but still. Morning somewhere, I know. Get it? But today I'm not here to talk about my primordial magic. Today I'm going to celebrate my sister. You have a, like, I don't know why, but for some reason she has a very long face. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Yay. They'll call me Hex, and this is Grace, my little sister. For some reason it looks like older sister for some reason. I think it's like the face and neck that does it. Yes, I know she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourself. Ready to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside Hexagon. If you insist, a fireless party is it then? My bones are aching for party. I haven't attended one. Feels like an eternity. What is the occasion? I'm still trying to find. I think I'm gonna do more of like this kind of voice because just he's a distinguished gentleman. Oh, I was rolling his R as well. The thing was distinguished gentleman who rolled his R. Yes, okay, I think I kinda got it. My wonderful talent sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown Selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet, thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink in the house to celebrate your graduation? Hicks already told me that you're a real magic connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations in keep. But I don't want to pick. Could you recommend something for me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Any good pick-me-up? We have the nebula thing, but I'm gonna check if we have something else as well. No. Oh, we have this, Peak Sunrise. Yeah, I think this one will work well. So we need something that brings brain. Kinda. Either we could do this as well. This one, unfortunately, doesn't bring anything we need. This one does. This one brings 2. This one... Yeah, this one works as well. Let's try this one. Because then we only need one of these. And then we need... the brain one. We need basically 2 of these. And then we only need one of these. Yeah, Peak Sunrise. Wonderful. I think that's gonna work well. My, this is delightful. See, I told you. He definitely knows what his craft. Say, Inkeep, do you have an APHD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no. But I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. You can tell, your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round debating right now. Is someone else for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. I want to steal the show today. Oh, I would love to refreshment of these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that will bring back the charm of the old days. To service. The charm of the old days? What the hell do you mean by that? Oh, charm. Fair enough. 1,000 wins would probably work. I don't think I've done that one before. So, let's see here. Let's see. What exactly could we do with this one? I realized some there are very different like types of voices. I can either do my kind of low voice or my very hysterical big ass voice. This has 2 minus. That kind of work, but that gives us that, which kind of technically works as well. This one I don't need any brains, so definitely not this one. This one actually. Let's give him this. So we have those 2 now. Because then we do 2 of these. And then we give him 2 of these. There you go, 1,000 wins. Pet Ando. I love how it's just in a bucket. It just stays in the bucket. Here we go. A drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theoretically, it could be possible for magically drink to warm one's bones. You just need... You and your wild dreams, sexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with actual laboratory for once. All that talking about studying and degrees brings me back to my old memories. I was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the giant Everbloom archives, to be precise. Before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber. I've heard about a lot of old archives, but I've never had a chance to talk to anyone. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yes. The archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe you can review some of that knowledge. Hi, with my pleasure. Sadly, I can't remember much for my research. All those years belonging below ground and without sunlight seem to have been gotten for my memory. It's been a few centuries I've been alive, so not even sure where one would find archives nowadays. Or their ruins, rather. Maybe do you know anything about the surrounding? That might help. Yeah, a little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia lively blessed were juxtaposed with hostile and lifeless mountain range. It was surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if made it out in the mountains, you'd greeted by either dry steppe or a poisonous lake. And the liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once, and I remember it was if it were yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. I don't necessarily agree. They say that books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contains all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surrounds us. Of course you have to protect that knowledge. I'd be ashamed if someone... Anyways... I think we learned something new though. Yep. Oh, God damn it. The area seems very unsafe at the moment. Yeah, I know that. Apparently I didn't learn enough. I think I know the place Skull is talking about. Oh? It sounds like Gravel Mac.
sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There is no way a location like that exists twice. On this plane, at least. Or else I wouldn't heard of it.
Oh, oh shit. That was automatic, apparently. Oh my god, I just realized something. Wait, hold on. So the more archives of the cosmos, Gaia Everbloom hide the answers. Does that mean about this as well? The fabled Everbloom archives. Wait. No, that's the. Wait. Is this the same too? Oh god, are these the same but different ones? Oh, I am fucked. I would recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures. Knowledge left untouched for millennia. For millennia? That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the Graven Mark anyway. And you would. Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. We shared enough secrets of the trade today anyway. Thank you for your reluctant service. So they are actually the same thing. Wait, does that actually mean... Hold on. I'm gonna check something if Scullis is updated, because she has. She's apparently surprisingly good with animals, even a little turtle accompanying her. On the two-headed sheeps are getting her on a hard time. Fair enough. But Scully is... Yeah, it just says skeleton. So nothing new there. Half-elf, yeah, because the other brother is also on half-elf. And then the giant Earth Echo. Ah, what a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As I have, honestly, I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself on... You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting out your PhD really isn't something small or significant. It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was mere formality. Scullis and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. I think I've heard this before, but his sister wasn't here then. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we all call it a day? It's already getting late. Grace! Yeah, we did have Grace. Just updated. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. I hope you're getting to enjoy the rest of your evening in Cape. I will. Theopractically. Well, that was a sentence and a half. I know we said that last time we met them. Oh, fuck. Wait, haven't grabbed long treasures and terrifying bleak stalkers. This? Because this has to do with Gravelmac. I think so. Oh my god, they did update this thing. They did update this thing. I thought that it didn't because all of them kind of kept the color, but these three weren't looking the same. They updated it. They actually updated it, so you actually have to find the things now. I don't complain. That's a bit more of a gameplay. I am not complaining about that. It's just me now that's like, oh, I'm gonna have to think. You force me to think. No. There you go. 9th of the astral moon. Nice. Go. Yeah, there you are. kind of thought we'd take that quest directly. How long I've been streaming? Almost 2 hours. It is kind of warm, and I don't know, for some reason my stomach just felt like, fuck, take a rest. So I might just do a bit more, but I might end my stream earlier today. But who knows? It's not like I feel sick or anything, it's just really warm, and sometimes I can handle it. But right now it's kind of, it's getting very colder outside now, because now it's 26 degrees. It was 30 before, so it's getting actually colder, which is nice. I'm gonna open my window later on. Good morning! Good morning, Clay. Did you sleep well? I did! It took ages for you to fall asleep. We are serving, we're not dating. But hi, Fumika, welcome to the stream. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend. This is Tavern Talks, we are serving drinks. Let's see, I'm just gonna figure out how I do this again. Okay, that's something new I haven't really tried before, but that's interesting. Paranormal cleanup. Just doing some cleaning and baking while we prepare for our family visit. Ooh, nice. I hope it goes well. Here it's kind of the other way around. My family, or half my family, my sister is still here, went to vacation, so it kind of went the other way around for me today. So me and my sister just went in for a little coffee and just checked some stores a bit. But to be honest, it's extremely warm today. It is about like 28 degrees inside and 26 outside now. It was 40 outside before when I checked. Or at least 37. Celsius as well. I was too excited thinking about that adventure. Well, I slept very well. Good to hear that. Tia, did you sleep well? Oh, she passed out right after she had some soup. I love the people in this game because this is basically a, I don't know, bartender game basically. It is inspired by a game called Coffee Talk. But everything here is more D&D inspired. Basically fantasy with realms and every sort of thing. It's supposed to be 30 degrees Celsius today, but there is a nice wind keeping it cool. So I don't have the AC on. I can just open the windows. Oh, I cannot do that here. It was way too warm outside. I came home around 4. And it was just awful, to be honest. It was just, ugh. Let's just go home. Let's just eat and just try to stay cool. But I really love this game because there is such a silly character rooster in this game. Kind of normal dwarf, can't really say much there. We have a amnesiac vampire who apparently wants to go out in the sun. An elf. I cannot really say much more. It's one of the characters comes here most often. Vukakin. Kerlin. I was about to say his name is John. His name is not John. This guy last stream switched his name at least 3 times. And unfortunately so did the book. And I am kind of annoyed by it. We have, Thea. A Seraph. We have Archie. Oh, there is literal variety here. A human, Maida. Apparently, like a Vukakin is like a beast folk. Maida, what I understand, is gem folk. Because as you probably can see a bit on the shoulders and hands, you can see a bit of a bone and like a certain glimmer. So that's why she's called Jade, because her bones is made of jade. Iniko, which is a very terrifying changeling. We have Hex, well, half-elf. Another, actually, Maida, but yeah, he's a skeleton because we said what year he is and he would lost his mustache. Also, it's very difficult to see here, but I do love how he's put on his eyebrows. He has nailed him to his forehead. Sans wannabe. Kinda! But I do love this one because he is absolutely wonderful because he has a mustache, he has a top hat and a tie. Difficult to see, but he has actually a mug where his stomach is, so he can drink. And he has basically nailed his eyebrows to the forehead. We have Grace, which is Heck's sister. We have Una, which is a Finfolk, probably the most craziest person here. Clay, a Earth Echo. I think I skipped them. Technically Air Echo. We have Baya, the bog creature. And then we have Melly, the other Wukakin, which is a cat Wukakin. The only one small enough to not be able to sit on a chair, but instead sits on the table. I hope that Lady Cassiopeia would send me signs for my divine mission in my dreams. Did she? I don't remember. I was about to say, who ever remembers their dreams? I sometimes do. I kind of forgot today's dream, though. There are some dreams I do remember, some dreams I don't. Most of my dreams I remember, especially from years ago, is my nightmares, but that's because they're kind of interesting. I don't know why. Sounds like you slept well then. Anyhow, you had time to prepare. Ooh, I only remember the ones I die in. I don't have many where I die in, to be honest. I have a few where I actually somehow I don't realize there is a dream, but I somehow, like, try to reach for a certain power. And sometimes I'm capable of actually getting that power, and sometimes I don't. And I'm not even joking with that. I have no idea how that works, but sometimes I do. Anyhow, I see you had time to prepare the quest. Wonderful, let's get started. Also, yeah, they updated this game, because before, every note was the same color, as for example these three. They have now changed, so they have changed color and how they look. So now it's time for a little puzzle thing whenever I do a quest. Wonderful. Luckily, it's not like a thing of you can fail or agree, because it's like, if you manage to get the full quest, you just have to make the full quest. You just do have to ramble through all of them. Let's take this one one step at a time. Clay, I was looking forward to some soup. Ah, then I hope you like lentils. I left some with your purple friend and told him to keep an eye on it. Purple friend? Wait, I don't have a purple friend. Wait, I do have dreams I have not had since my teens that involved underwater exploration and a shadow of a monster, but I have not had it in like 20-ish years. Oh, that reminds me, it was like I had a dream once that was No, wait, I do remember. There is sometimes when I actually dream about being in a city, and my brain always thinks it's the certain city from all of my other dreams. Not all of them, but some of them. It's like the city doesn't have a name, and sometimes the layout change, but each time I am in some certain cities, it is like, it is the specific city of my dreams. Oh, that just unlocked a memory. Oh my god. That came out of nowhere. Okay, hold on, I'm looking for a purple friend. Well, it's not her, she's here. I wouldn't call the changeling purple. You're blue. Oh, don't tell me it's the same one as that gave me the letter. Well, I hope Andu enjoys... Oh! He fed it to her trash can. I call it trash can, but it is actually a little dragon that is living in our trash can that we actually pour every failed drink to. That's why I call him the trash can dragon. Well, I hope Andu enjoys that soup. Thank you for feeding my familiar, Clay. Of course! But yeah, wow, that just unlocked a memory. Because there is, like, each time I am in, like, a certain city or, like, road place or anything that is within a city, it's like my brain always thinks it's the same city from other dreams that I've not had since, like, ages between. It was like a recurring dream each night. I would get more of the story each time. I never finished the story, but I remember the beast in the water was like a Leopluradon. But it stopped before I could see how the story ends. Yes, that's the problem with dreams. People say that dreams have something to do with your reality sometimes, like what you watch and stuff, and I can agree with that sometimes. But sometimes it's just questioned with like, what did I even dream about? Because I remember my nightmare, where I basically walk up to our neighbor, past our neighbor, because I live kind of in a forest. And there is basically this like forest path with forest on one side and a little acre on the other, but there's still like a forest, like trees on the side. It was dark there, so when I was going down there, I could definitely not see anything. But I had to pass a standalone fence. I say standalone fence because it was not a fence that basically covered the whole path. It was just like a little wooden 1 meter long fence in the middle of everything, covered with talismans. You could just walk around the thing, or even over it, which I did. So I went around it and continued downwards. But I realized that the further I went, I managed to see something further down. And I realized that I just needed to run. So I turned around and headed over, and instead of going around the fence, I went over it and managed to fall it over. Then I turned around to see where the creature's gone. It is not there anymore. So I turn around again to be able to continue my run, and there the monster is, and that's when my dream ends. Now, speaking of actually the whole like waking up when you die in a dream, that I would say is actually one of them. I have had those dreams. Now I remember. Very much. Clay is quite a talented chef. Even though eating it did make me very tired. Tia is a very good cooking companion. It took a while to make, so we had a lot of time to talk. It was nice. What did you talk about? Friendship bracelets, I hope. Not quite. Many things, like I thought it'd be fun to make her niece one of the little dolls my granny taught me to make. The ones with a flower dress and mini axes. I don't know why, it just sounds so fun. A little doll to the niece with a little flower dress and a mini axe. You can't forget the mini axe. I definitely know that he has been living with a family of barbarians. I don't have any siblings or cousins, but Tia said she's gonna make a little star lamp for my parents' garden. Is that so? He offered to cook for my family, and I can't offer to cook for his. My cooking skills are unimportant to my destiny. But I thought if I were to visit, it could be appropriate to give some sort of thank you gift. And who wouldn't want some stars in their garden? Especially now. Yeah, to make it simple, the stars fell from the sky. Every single one of them. Except one that was actually eaten by a astral humpback whale. This is a very interesting game, I'm telling you. It's actually really lovely. Like, I have been playing Valhalla, different spelling, but still spells Valhalla, and Coffee Talk, and both of them are kind of be in the same kind of game. You are the bartender or the barista, and you basically serve people. And you get a lot of different stories and a lot of different people and just do stuff like that. Yes, an astral humpback whale. I don't know. To be honest, I haven't really played that much Genshin Impact, but for some reason it does sound similar. But yes, an astral humpback whale that apparently this man can speak to. He can speak to the astral creatures. It's very strange, like how the astral plane is different things for wherever you go. You talk about D&D, then the astral planes is like I don't know, the beings amongst the stars. There is an astral dimensional whale that you can fight. It's funny. Oh, interesting. But yeah, like for D&D, like the astral plane is like the star plane. And then you, for example, have when I play certain games, for example, the astral chain, or for example, Control, where the astral plane is like a weird ass asymmetrical place where it's like just infinite, no stars or nothing, just like a continuous road of like things built up by squares. So it's very difficult to like feel like what the astral plane actually is for something. Personally, for me, it's like I like the idea of the whole like the thing folding in on itself, like the whole everything is made of squares. If I can't really explain it, if anyone wants to know what I'm talking about, look like how the astral plane looks in Astral Chain or Control. Those are basically the best way of explaining it. That's the way how I'll see the astral plane. A snow dragon building competitions are famous. I have never heard of those. Oh, but they do sound intriguing. When I was young, one of my favorite stories, the Elysian told me, was that of the ever-burning flame. It's said to have been a gift from the Leviathan to the first mortals, along with the bestowed the power of the elemental and manipulation upon its chosen. I vaguely recall there being another version where one of his guardians stole the flame from him instead. Blasphemous heresy is all that it is. We should be thankful for the gift he was given us. I think those are actually real things. I'm pretty certain I remember a religious, or not religious perhaps, but sort of similar story from somewhere on the world where someone actually stole the flame. Huh. I kind of want to search that up later if I remember it. And it just so happens to still burning in an ancient temple in the highlands, keeping the hope of the Asteria alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in person sooner rather than later. Oh, ever-burning gift. Goddammit. Legends or clerics say that the first flame Leviathan ever bestowed upon mankind still burns in the temple in the highlands. Do I have anything I need for that? Kerlin Grand Greatsword. Sorry, each time I just read Kerlin, I have to start rolling my R's. I have never visited before either, but I once went to the Autumn Glow Festival in Varika. You can see the temple from there. The Autumn Glow Festival? What's that about? I'm sure he can tell you all about that another time. Please, let's get back to the quest. Yeah, sure. Let's continue on. Now, the quest. Of course. So I'm assuming you're going together? Unfortunately, I was going to go alone, but Clay insisted on coming along. Yeah, this person kind of have like this hero thinking a lot, to be honest. Why is that unfortunate? It's a very dangerous quest, and he's not practiced in the ways of divine warrior. Could you imagine if he tried to befriend some bleak stalkers? To be honest, he might not have, like, divine armor. I'm pretty certain, like, he is capable of smacking some shit in anyone, to be honest. That'd be a funny story, I think. But if you really want to do this alone, you could just go by yourself. But who would make her soup then? Exactly. Well, so unfortunately, you can't go alone, because it's gonna come with you. And that's the reason is soup. Okay. That makes sense. Plus, I need to make those bleak stalkers. Meet those bleak stalkers. I've never seen any before, and can't wait to find out what they like to eat.
They like to eat you.
Only if they're hungry. To be fair, he's not wrong. He is definitely not wrong with that.
Could you at least try to be more reasonable?
I am! Local creature can be helpful. And no, they can be dangerous too. Of course, it's important to have your guard up, so you can defend yourself if they're scared. Generally, if you approach anything non-violent, they like you more. Maybe the innkeep could give you some extra charisma too, so we can convince them to help us.
I could offer you some honey flowers as well. It can be very inspiring, even to bleak stalkers.
I think so, at least. I've never tested that one, actually. We could test it for you.
Nonsense. We need to head into this knowing we have to fight our way through. The name Bleakstalkers doesn't exactly inspire confidence in their hospitality. Not to mention, we very well would be many more dangerous monsters roaming the abandoned Evergreen. We need to refresh our strength and hope that our mortal weapons will be enough to damage them.
I don't think I've ever done anything damaging in this game yet. I have made one more or less become a friend with a chimera. A thief just sneaking through anywhere. And a charismatic thing of making a werewolf stop hunting sheep. If that is of your concern, I could offer you some Kitrin. It's infused with divine properties that bless your weapon strikes. With a little help from the dragons, no creature should be able to withstand you, no matter how bleak.
Kitrin can only be found deep within the Forbidden Valley. How could you even have access to that?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't.
Anyway, I think both of your strategies would work. Strength and Kitrin will help you fight your way through any danger in no time. But also you said in the Forbidden Valley. That sounds strange because I got them from two people who didn't need them, from a farmer who didn't need them, from her farm. Just laying there. That she found there. Does she have a farm in the Forbidden Valley? That doesn't sound good. But at the same time, what am I to say? They had two-headed sheeps. Can you help us decide? I don't want to argue. Sure. Also, here we have Andu. This is our little trash dragon we can pet. He is absolutely wonderful. I know calling him a trash dragon might not be the funniest thing, but to be honest, he is my little trash dragon. He is the wonderful trash dragon, and yeah, each time I just mess up any drink, I feed it to him. Wow, talk about infusion differences here. We have one that is just that. If the story is good, it does not need to make sense. That is true. That is true. It's just me that just likes to hear these things. I actually kind of got a bit shocked before, because I thought the person I played was 6,000 years old. But it was just a bog monster that thought they had been hibernating for 6,000 years. No, it was 2 months. So it's just me just thinking sometimes of, oh, this is interesting. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what do I... 3 of that and a bit of that. So a lot of this. This one? Could do this one. Probably. We need something with defense. Like, this doesn't have defense. Well, it does have some, but not that amount. Frosted Lagoon. Isn't Frosted Lagoon the more normal one I have? Yeah, the Frosted Lagoon is the normal one. But I need an infusion. I probably could get the infusion. Okay, let me try the Frosted Lagoon here and try the infusion one. Wait, which one had that infusion? Hold on. Honeyflower. Yeah, I talked about honeyflower. The thunder sage. We don't need brain. Okay, yeah, I know exactly now. We need to actually make this drink. Because the honeyflower will give us some speed. And this is the only one that takes that. So we're just gonna fill up with some of this. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3 full. And 1 of that. Okay, so we need this one, right? Yeah, first snow. There we go. I'm glad Ando helps me to actually check if it's okay or not. I would love to hear the story about you befriending those bleak stalkers. Or, at the very least, how their teeth were no match against your armor. Or your pecs. Plus, this works well for your last time, Thea. Let's hope I'll be lucky again. Fine, I trust your judgment, Innkeeper. Good, you should. But to be honest, I do love the stories in this game. Even if it doesn't make sense. It's just funny. Just how, like, I can choose here whether they're gonna fight or just gonna befriend them. And it's just fun to hear how the bullshit just happens. Indeed. Wait, why are you in such a hurry? Yesterday I met Fable at the farmer's market. And they helped me to pick out the right vegetable for the soup. Oh, you met Fable? And they invited me to the barbecue on the 31st of Cassiopeia. So we need to make it back in time for that. You can always leave early if that takes too long. What about you? What about me? You're also coming. I have to work. You also have to eat. Yeah. Go. Meet Fable. Fable is a wonderful person. A bit timid, but wonderful. It was one of my favorite characters. The other one is the cat, but that's just because the cat is completely hyper for being a 10-year-old cat. And you might have fun too. Who knows? I'll consider it. Let's hurry then. Let's! Innkeeper, can you let Fable know we'll be back in time? Of course, I'll let them know as soon as they grace my tavern with their presence again. Oh, I do love that you said that. I basically took a drink, but I'm gonna take another drink because it is really warm in here. A bit later, I'm actually gonna open my window and let in some air because it's actually getting cooler outside. Hold on. It's still 26 degrees outside and 28 inside, so kinda still the same. Oh yeah, Grace, you should know too. I think she brings her famous fortune nuggets. That made such a strange image in my mind. I thought of fortune cookies, but instead of the cookies, they had it in chicken nuggets. That would be such a strange thing. I'll tell her as well. Great. Wait, who was Grace? Do I have Grace here? Grace. Who was Grace? Fable, John, Cassiopeia, Gustav, Jade, Inico. Oh yeah, it says Kyle here, but his name is just hella long. Scully. Yo! You know Grace? The funny part is, like, some of these people are so far away, and in the middle of everything they just popped in, never met each other, and in the middle of everything just come up with, like, oh, could you tell these people as well? Like, how do you know about them? Oh, that's nice. But to be fair, it is happening in real life as well, because there are sometimes I do watch some streamers, I know of other streamers that they follow or are friends with, and then I hear someone that I know they have watched the streamer I watched longer, did not know they were friends with others that they have actually been watching on this side as well. So it's kind of interesting how the whole, like, communication between streamers and VTubers and stuff actually is. It shall be so. See you soon! But I really love games like this, to be honest. Like, all of these kind of like bartender-style games are really funny. I don't remember what sort of voice I gave you. Greetings, innkeeper! Oh, sorry, wrong one. Hello, Archie. Good to see you again. It's always a delight to be here. It makes me feel like I'm a part of something bigger already. And yes, he is basically a so-to-be adventurer. Not yet, but perhaps soon. Most of the people who show up in my chat are streamers, so I understand. Yeah, because there is one I learned to know from one of my friends, and I know their friend because I started watching them as well. But then my friend just commented on something like, "Oh, you know them?" I'm like, yeah. Like, I was sitting there like, wait, you didn't know that? But I'm basically here because you showed me this guy, but you didn't know about this? So it is absolutely understandable. It is hella funny though. Especially when you just meet someone you didn't think of seeing before, and it's like, oh, look, are you here as well? It's absolutely fabulous. It was, for example, one of my closest friends, Miss Valkyrie. I was in their chat a bit while I was like just gaming, and I just hear a joke, and I know each time I hear a joke in my stream, it is from a very specific person, always. So I was so curious, was like, hold on. No introduction, but a joke directly. Is this who I think it is? So I go in there and I notice that, oh yeah, it is. It's the same person. So she was wondering like, oh, you know each other. And yeah, that was because they was watching me and I raided into her and they followed. So it's absolutely wonderful when stuff like that happens. It's such a strange thing that in the middle of everything just goes around circle after a while. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of which, were you able to help those farmers out? Oh yes! Talking to Fable was truly inspiring. They were so right. The farmers really had no interest in gold or other riches. So instead I helped them with reconstructing their land, barns, houses. With my own two bare hands. Okay, I need to do some cleaning, but best wishes in the stream. Yes, and do take care with the cleaning. I don't know for how long I will be continuing, because I still have about like 45 minutes left on my stream. But I did say it a bit before you joined in that it is really warm. I might just end early to take a little break. But yes, do take care with your cleaning, and I do hope you and your family have a wonderful day. I do hope you have a wonderful time. Yes. I even got some blisters from it. Remnants for my first ever heroic deed. Very exciting and painful. Now that I think about it, do you have a recipe for a drink that could help out with this specific thing? I want to be able to help every single farmer I see with ease. I want to lift the heaviest logs and steel myself for the most stubborn splinters. You're right. A little drink like that is still missing from my recipe book. Let me think of something. Oh, thank you dearly. Steel tonic, how does that look? Let me have a little look-see. Wow! I do love that it looks like it's from sort of like techno fantasy rather than high fantasy. And yeah, it's me talking about other shit now. Steel tonic. Damn, a lot of steel and a lot of strength. And a bit speed as well. Nice. Well, let's make my way to your tavern. I walked past an astounding duo of adventurers. A stunning seraph and a massive half-giant. They were utterly impressive. I aspire to be like them someday. It feels like I am in a book. Like I delved head first into one of the stories on my bookshelf. Magic and adventure surrounding me with every step, and unknown lurking dangers in the shadows. This is so exciting! But now I'm just daydreaming. Originally I came here seeking one of your magical drinks. Of course, what would you like? I prefer something that helped me defend myself from devious dangers, like splinters in my hands. The drink I had last time did... well, I presume it did something. But those splinters were a real nuisance, I'll tell you that. I got you, don't worry. A lot of defense. I think I have 2 for that. Actually, I have this one now. You know what? Let's give him the one we came up with, because he did say he wanted the fence. And he is asking for the fence, you know, so... Sure. Okay, first of all, we need something that brings... not this. Ooh. Yeah, actually, this could work. There we go, because then we take this one, because we need 2 of these, because it is neglecting one of them. Then we take 1 more of these, and 2 more of these. There we go, steel tonic. Pet? I can't pet while I actually have that. I guess it's the whole like animation thing, doesn't work. That's the steel tonic we just came up with. Protection against your arch nemesis, splinters. Here you go. Ah, I can already feel my skin getting tougher. Helping people grow calluses is my secret party trick. Maybe I should bring my friends here sometime. Your drink mixing magic is quite peculiar really. Oh, your friends. Is he from Windmore as well? That is correct. I've known him ever since we were kids. And mostly due to our parenting being of similar wealth and influence. I think we were kind of chosen to be friends. We decided to write each other letters when he's not here in Zenith. He's actually in a kind of dire situation right now. You see, he's a diplomat. Deeply involved in the whole Diria mainland negotiations. Due to him nearly getting kidnapped during his last business trip to the area, he decided to fire his entire personal security crew. If you ask me, his reaction was a little over the top, but I don't interfere with his decision, so... Now he doesn't have any bodyguards, and I would like to help him. Oh, but honestly, I have no clue what I should do. He definitely doesn't need my money, just like the farmers didn't. He's got more than enough of it as it is. Okay, hold on. I feel I recognize the name. Yeah, it was from... No, not this one. Yeah, Diria. We talk about Diria. I think these one cannot do the same. Oh, this is gonna be problematic. Kerlin. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could volunteer to be his bodyguard. Splendid idea, Innkeeper. I like how you think. But I don't know if I'd be strong enough. Even with your magical infused drinks, it might be more protection than I could offer. Well, I still do that thing with the quests. Oh, you're right. I could just hang up a quest on your pinboard. And then someone brave adventurer will offer to help us out. My friend means the world to me. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. So you're looking for the best bodyguard in Zenith? Absolutely. Well, I already have some folks in mind that are more than qualified to help. Unless to show my quest writing skills are enough to attract just the right people. Do you write a lot? No. Yes. Sometimes. I love to write stories about cunning and courageous adventurers. Somehow they always manage to get out of the most dreadful situations by cheating death multiple times. But that's, well, writing doesn't really fit the image of heroic adventure himself, does it? Why would I dream of another people's journey if I could live the tale myself? You get a fair point. Also, it's always easy to write about things you've experienced firsthand. Oh, wrong person, absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to see my friend again and help him out. I'll be more than prepared. Oh, Fable also offered to teach me how to use a bow. Oh, how could I say no to such an enticing offer? Getting taught by the Fable of the Ashen Grove themselves. It's more than I could ever have dreamed of. But they also mentioned another friend of theirs. An imposing Wukakin lady named Kerlin. Oh, do you know of her by any chance? Oh, Lynn. Yeah, I know her quite well. She's quite a local legend. She's a very... this one. I'm surprised you hadn't heard of her. She's single-handedly outsmarted a Wyvern Chimera. Oh, that's incredible! This tavern is full of hidden treasures. Apparently, Lady Carolyn is bored because her newest protege is on a mission and hasn't returned yet. So she'll be joining my training with Fable. Oh, you're in for a ride. How thrilling! I nearly can't contain my excitement. But for now, I got to think of the right words for the job posting. Oh, don't worry about that. Assembling quests for patrons is one of my services. Really? Oh, that would be helpful. I got you. You have the perfect crew for bodyguards for your friend assembled in no time, trust me. Oh, thank you so much, and also thank you for the drink. Coming here is always a delightful resource of inspiration. Always happy to help. Until then, innkeeper. See you next time, adventurer. Oh, we have a new person. Wow, that sound. But you know what? I think I am actually gonna end this stream a bit earlier today because it is kind of warm and yeah, I feel my head. There's nothing wrong with my head right now, but I just feel I kinda need to just relax for a moment. I have been out in the warmth the whole day, and I am in a warm room right now. So yeah.